update. Yes. Tell me about this update.
Studio Ghibli films, they will be streaming on Netflix, but not in America.
You son of a bitch. You got my hopes up.
I did. I had my hopes up. So they snapped the rights to stream the entire library, but HBO also bought the rights to stream the films in 2019. So when HBO launches their streaming service, they're going to have it on there.
Well, they have it. HBO Go, right?
Well, the HBO Max when it launches this May. Existing HBO subscribers will get HBO Max for free, but others will have to pay $15 a month for the Netflix rival. They're getting ridiculous, which is why I'm going back to pirating. I was down with paying for a subscription service and being able to watch what I want and having access to all these things, but now it's getting into this battle where you have to pay for a whole subscription service because you want to watch one thing on another service who's borrowing rights from another person from streaming it. The easiest way around this is to just get a VPN and change your location. But anyway, it's really easy to change your location with a VPN. You might get a little slower, but with a streaming service, you kind of preload everything anyway. Mm-hmm. So there are ways around it, which I highly recommend. There's no reason to buy. I hate HBO. I mean, they produce really great shows, but they're kind of dicks.
But if you produce great shows, can you be a dick?
Yeah, but not when you're buying the rights to something else.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
You
That's
didn't really
dirty.
do anything here. All you did was buy them.
So that's kind of the update. I'm not really happy about that.
Okay.
But I'll be honest. I have everything already downloaded.
But I don't. People like me don't.
We're
interested in seeing it.
I was just excited for the accessibility, the ease. Like, I already have Netflix. I already have it on the TV. I have it all hooked up. I can just go. It has the subtitles. I don't have to worry about downloading a separate subtitle file. It saves a lot of work, but I'm not going to pay another $15 a month to stream it legally.
Yeah, see, with the HBO Go, I paid for 1 month, and then I made sure I watched all of my Game of Thrones.
How'd you like Game of Thrones?
I liked Game of Thrones.
I absolutely hate it.
I mean,
I got through the first 4 episodes, and I got to be honest.
Oh, then you didn't even get the story. Then
it put me to sleep. It was so boring.
They were building all 4 in a row.
They were building up characters and building them up, and they build them up, and I still don't care about any of them, and they can kill them, and I don't care.
What? You don't care about Ned Stark? You watched 4 episodes.
No, I don't care about any. I had no sympathy for anyone in that series. You know what I've been watching though? You know what I've been watching now that we're talking about media? It was just put on Netflix.
What?
The Magicians.
The Magician. Actually, I've seen that. Is that worth the time?
It's fucking awesome. They mix all sorts of mythology and magic and stuff, and all it's really good. It's really well done, and the acting's not piss poor, and they have fairly good after effects and
the story makes sense though. The way they're combining everything.
I mean, you can't say it's kosher, but they are bridging all of these cultures together, and it's pretty cool. A really good storyline. It basically, like when you watch something and it keeps building up and you're waiting for that thing to happen. Mm-hmm. It's just been going.
Oh, the buildup is still.
It's just we're in season 3 and it's still just going. There's never, even when it releases, even like when there's a relief, it's still going in another direction, and it splits and it goes, and it's really good.
It's growing, yeah, like a little web, huh?
Yeah, Did you ever watch Z Nation?
Yeah, with Murphy.
Fucking Murphy. But you know how that kind of built up and it kept going and it never really slowed down.
Right, like life just kind of keeps going.
Yeah, it was like it's kind of like
not like end of scene. Right.
Yeah, that's what makes I'm really happy with the Sci-Fi original series. They did a really good job with those. I'm surprised how much production value those have.
You think just mostly post-production, or do you think they have a lot of props and stuff like that?
Tons of props.
Oh, okay.
Tons of props. It's not that cheesy, everything is green screen.
Right, that's what I was wondering. Oh, okay.
No, it's not like The Mandalorian.
Actually, I have seen 0 of... Is that a series or a movie?
It's a series. It's awful.
It's a series. See, that shows how much I know.
It's awful. It's the most boring. It's the worst acting, and then...
See, now I've seen a lot of people say other.
The special effects is basically compiled at a different frame rate than what it was filmed in. So if you watch it on a high enough, fast enough TV, everything splits.
Maybe it's meant to do that.
It's awful.
Maybe
It's the
meant
antithesis.
to mess with your mind.
It's the antithesis of what, the original Star Wars, and using the models and mixing with the special effects and doing that to blur it, to blend it all together. So you can't. It has that immersion.
It's all natural, right?
The Mandalorian does not have that immersion.
Everybody's gotten lazy with digital.
Yeah, legit. Honestly, I'm gonna call it right now. Mandalorian is just a cash grab for Disney.
Ooh, trying to make back some of those. How much did they buy from? How much was the sale?
I don't know, billions.
Yeah,
it was an obscene amount of money.
Right, but George Lucas isn't stupid.
No, good for him. Get out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
The fans already destroyed it for him. So
it's time to take your money and
run,
skedaddle. Yeah,
enjoy your life, old man.
Turned most of it to charity anyway. So
yeah, good for him.
Good for him. Yeah,
good for him. Like,
huge. That's a coffee up for.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. I remember getting taken out of class, I think in like 3rd or 4th grade or whatever, to go see Episode 1. My mom told everyone I had a dentist appointment. She literally had me convinced until we pulled up to the movie theater that I was going to the dentist.
And she took you to the movies.
And she took me to the movies.
Your mom's awesome. Awesome. Good job, Mom. See, I had similar, except we went fishing. We went salmon fishing. My dad, middle of the, oh man, I thought I was going to work with him because I, get in trouble. So sometimes that means you're going to work with Dad. So we'd get up early, go to work. He wakes me up. I'm like, fuck.
This is going to be a shitty day.
Fucking shitty day at work. Here I am, like 14, And nope, we loaded up and we went fishing. And that was pretty cool,
That's a great surprise, yeah. That's awesome. That's a good day. That was a rabbit hole.
That was down the winding rabbit hole with Subpar news. Multiple tangents.
Yeah, multiple. Yeah. Subpar news, the tangential news that you don't need to know.
Tangential.
That means it touches at one point.
Mm-hmm. And then it, disperses.
We're smart.
We know words. He knows more words than I do, but I know a few.
I don't know any words. Words? What do they mean?
Yeah, words.
I really want to talk about these honeybee hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Yeah. Actually, that's the one I was just on now.
When you sent that, I was like, no fucking way.
Check it out.
The world's largest honeybee also just so happens to make rare hallucinogenic honey.
Does it get sweeter? See what I did there with the honey, huh?
I don't think so. I love this. The largest honeybees in the world, Himalayan giant honeybees, produce some of the world's most cherished honey, known as mad honey, a reddish sweet goop with psychotropic properties that is reasonable doses are reportedly pleasant. I might take the unreasonable route.
Oh yeah, I would be Pooh Bear. Call me Pooh Bear, huh? Yeah.
Why haven't you heard of this? Why haven't we heard of this? It's probably because it's extremely difficult to harvest. If the bee's stings, which can pierce through most beekeeper suits, don't ward you off the sheer Himalayan cliffs where the bees plaster their large crescent-shaped hives, probably will. So they're extremely difficult to harvest. But this treacherous cultural practice, so they basically use bamboo rope ladders to go up and get it. It could disappear forever when Elder Mali Dan, known as the last honey hunter, chooses to retire. His craft could end with him.
Bro, mad honey can fetch a hefty price. This is what they're calling a hefty price for $60 to $80 a pound. But those are black market prices.
Whoa.
Fuck you. Give me 2 pounds right now.
Right. That's not bad.
Fuck you.
I'd
2
pay
pounds
twice
of
that.
this. Bro, for real. Come on. Load it up. That's what I'm talking about. Pooh Bear.
I think I might move to the Himalayas. Well, why don't we get a sample of the honeybees and start growing them?
The world's largest killer bees.
They're not killer bees. They're honeybees.
Well, if they sting you,
so what? You build up an immunity.
It fucking kills.
Like normal beekeepers don't even wear bee suits.
Right, because they're badasses.
No. Once you get stung enough times, your body builds an immunity.
It still hurts.
Yeah, it still
Makes me
hurts,
cry.
but you don't fucking blow up like a balloon.
Don't you want to cry when it hurts?
Ah, dude, I am absolutely terrified of bees, but I do it for the honey.
That's right.
Honey, honey.
All right. So 60 to 80 bucks a pound. Yeah.
It's not bad. I
And
mean,
it
that's
seems that it's just
it's expensive, but a
Yeah.
pound of honey isn't a lot of honey.
no. And really, where else you gonna find, psychotropic honey? You pay it because you can't get it anywhere else.
Right. Supply, demand.
And value is created somewhere in there only because I want to eat some of this fucking honey.
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want that honey?
The hunt for this rare psychotropic delicacy will probably continue in some form.
The honey gets its famous properties from toxins in the rhododendron flowers that the bees eat in the spring, the only time when the honey is hallucinogenic. Ah, so technically we could probably synthesize this.
With rhododendron and some
Right.
of our own bees.
Right.
Fields of rhododendron.
A large
Bee box
dose.
in the middle.
A larger dose, however, can produce a more intense experience. So, okay, wait. 2 to 3 teaspoons is usually considered the correct dose. A large dose, however, can produce a more intense experience, one that may be unpleasant to the uninitiated. First, you'll probably feel the need to purge, defecate, urinate, or vomit. Then after the purge, you alternate between light and dark. You can see and then you can't see.
You are totally poisoning your brain with this honey, and I want to do it.
A sound, jam, 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 pulses in your head like the beehive. You can't move, but you're still completely lucid. The paralysis lasts for a day or so. The more intense experiences, along with the rumored death from overdose, are the primary reasons that this precious honey has become more difficult to sell and why the cultural practice of harvesting it might soon disappear.
This must be obtained.
This must be done.
Mm-hmm.
This is
I'll try it.
subpar news in the quest for the psychotropic honey.
Yes, this sounds like a Hardy Boys adventure.
I'll climb a bamboo ladder and get stung 30 times just to get a lick.
Fuck yeah, you throw it down to me. You know what I mean? I'll catch it. Skedaddle.
And then come back and get me later.
Yeah, once we got the honey,
Yeah.
and after I try it. So in a couple days, I'll be back to get you.
Just get a couple EpiPens or whatever. God, they look so cool, though. Nature's amazing.
Mm-hmm. There's so much beauty in nature. And
love
and we look past it for the utilitarian, the organization of chaos.
Yeah.
Just let chaos happen and it self-organizes.
And it's absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And it's debatable if it's even organization. It's just, it is what it is.
Well, everybody's trying to make sense of their own fucked up perspective.
Yeah, you can't make sense of chaos. You can only make chaos work for you.
Right. You can harness it.
Yeah, that's
Wield it.
That's called science. There's no right answer. There's only practical answers. Yeah.
Subpar news. We're not scientists, but
we're
maybe one day
we will be.